brothers and sisters. I'm on my way back from a 6-day mission to Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire. I'm back here at Charles de Gaulle Airport, where I spoke with you on my way. On the first leg of the journey going, I stopped over here, and from here flew about 6 hours plus to Abidjan. Now, on my way, I've flown about 6 hours plus already to this place, and we'll have about 1 hour to London. I just want to talk to you about something the Lord laid on my heart strongly this morning. It is the grace and power of endurance. Endurance will save your life. Endurance will ensure that you receive what the Lord had planned for you. Endurance will enable you to have excellent relationships with people, even people that you normally classify as difficult, as narcissistic, or whatever you want to call them. There is a grace you need. And if you're a public figure, we are a minister in any capacity, especially pastors and apostles and prophets, one of the grace we need to operate is the grace of endurance. Endurance is the ability to wait on the Lord to work out things. Endurance is one of the highest expressions of confidence in the Lord, that He will work it all out and that all things will work together for your good ultimately. Endurance is such a powerful virtue, such a necessary and strategic virtue that Yeshua said, "He that endures to the end shall be saved." In other words, there are a lot of people who will obtain salvation by grace, but they will not make it into the kingdom because they did not endure to the end. They allow things to drive them out. Endurance is holistic. There are people who are waiting for a miracle. It could be the miracle of a life partner. If you don't endure, you might just grab anyone that appears, any lady that appears, any man that appears, and before you know it, it becomes a car crash, a wreck on your career, on your life, on your destiny, because of a wrong choice. He that endures to the end. You know, the Bible says in the book of Hebrews chapter 10 from verse 35 to 39, it says, listen, endure and wait on the Lord, because he that shall come and will not tarry. That husband the Lord has for you, He's preparing him, He's bringing him. It may take a little while because he's a special person. It's just like this drive-by, drive-through mentality. People just want to grab something already prepared. But there are things that require preparation. He said, "He that shall come, I will not tarry." He was talking about Yeshua and the church, telling the church to wait on Him, to be faithful to Him, because He's going to come for that great day, the marriage supper of the Lamb. But you know what happened in the 4th century? Believers could not wait. They were tired with persecution, tired with the non-return of the Lord. And when the Roman Empire stretched its hand to offer them a marriage of church and state, they grabbed it. And that is the root of all the problems in the world today. That marriage between church and state, because the church could not endure. The majority grabbed it, starting with the Edict of Toleration of Milan. They didn't want persecution. And I want to say to you, apply it to yourself. You're waiting for a husband, waiting for a wife. Don't let people corral you into just picking anything. I remember, those of you know my story, I was already 40 before I married. I married at the age of 40 years and 4 days. November 30, 1996, and I was 40 on November 26 of that 1996. Then my colleagues had married, some of them had children, some of the children were already in secondary school. Don't let anything pressure you. The best is yet to come. And this applies to everything. Your contracts, your education. Don't rush. Don't just crash. Don't just crash out of the way. Endurance will keep you. Endurance is a grace from the Lord. The ability to stand strong in the Lord, the ability to trust Him, the ability to know that He's working out the best for you. Endurance gives us the ability to truly, really say, in reality, that Elohim is our Father and He will never leave us or forsake us. And there's power in endurance. When you endure, you run the race to the end. Listen, the race of life is a marathon. It's not a sprint. Those who approach life as a sprint, they fag out, they fall out, they crash out. But those who approach life as a long-distance race, they will get there to the very end. Listen, brothers and sisters, I want to say this to you. By the grace of the Lord, you're going to endure till the end. Endurance enables you to be able to take what people will call hardness as a piece of cake. You have hardness, you have things that will come against you. You be calm on the inside, you be calm on the outside. You will not be flustered, you will not be ruffled. Listen, mission requires endurance. We just come back. The Lord did amazing things in amazing places, and we're going to share the testimony. But I can tell you, endurance, not just me, the team with me, Apostle Michael Shadrach, the president of IMF Côte d'Ivoire, Evangelist Mathieu Nguessan, the director of Global School of Ministry in Côte d'Ivoire, and Apostle Jean-Baptiste Ogui, the director of the French Masterclass, as well as their deputies, Prophet Cesar Dube and Prophet Blanchard Deye. They all displayed endurance. We all. And the Lord used that grace to take us out and to accomplish His purpose, not our purpose. Endurance is a virtue we need. Endurance signifies trust in God. Endurance should be the bedrock of true faith. True faith has a bedrock. That bedrock is endurance. You see, we live in a world of the new plastic cross, and preachers are outdoing themselves, out competing on Facebook, on social media. It's all about what God will do for you. God will do for you. God will claim that. Name it and claim it. That's the new plastic cross. The old rugged cross is one that tells you the Father loves you, but in the meanwhile, He wants to work out certain graces in you. So endure. Be strengthened. It doesn't matter what the devil throws at you. If you have the grace of endurance, you will experience the power of endurance. Endurance will enable you to be the overcomer. When all things is said and done, and people fall to the left, to the right, you'll be the last man standing. Hey, endurance. Ask the Lord for the grace. It's not by your power. I used to be a very impatient person. Those who knew me, I had temper. I could just blast anybody anytime. I could just go about anything. I could just crash into. And the time came, the Lord showed me how dangerous that was for where He was taking me. And I began to wait on Him. I began to ask Him. I began to ask for grace. Listen. And the Lord began to, I can't say I'm there fully, but I tell you, I like what I'm seeing. I can tell you, I love what I am seeing, what I'm experiencing. It's enabled me to be able to handle all manner of men, all manner of people, the deceivers, the smart people, the smart Alex in the room, the elephant that crashes in, all those people with their deceptive habits and plans and patterns. Endurance enables me to cool down, fold my arm, and watch the drama. I want to say we need more enduring people. Endurance is the cure for relationship problems. Endurance is the cure, whether it's relationship with your children, who are grown or who are young, or your spouse or friends or colleagues in the office. If you can exercise the grace of endurance, if you can allow them to be, no matter how difficult, no matter how tough, endurance will enable you to step down the heat of their whatever explosion that comes from them, and then you can then use the love of Elohim to envelop them. And as you envelop them, you can help them to become what they ought to be. I want to pray for you. Can you stretch your hand where you are and say, Lord, I need this grace of endurance. If you could do it for Apostle George, you can do it for me. Father in heaven, meet everybody at the point of need. Let the grace of endurance be poured across the network and upon your remnant everywhere in the world. Let your people endure for the long haul, even the race of life, which is a marathon, not a sprint. Give every one of us the grace to endure till the end, to overcome every situation. When the enemy comes and throws the sink at us, we will fold our hand, Father, and watch and trust in you. Thank you for doing so. That grace is released. I bless you, Father. Now, brothers and sisters, you can testify, whether on this line or anywhere else, or what the Lord is doing, because prayer works. You see, again, the prayer that works most is the prayer that waits on the Lord. The Bible says, they that wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up on wings like eagles. They shall run, they shall not faint. And this is beautiful. And so from here, Charles de Gaulle Airport in Paris, France, as I wait for my next connecting flight back to London to be with Pastor Grace and the children, Favor, Elect, Arise, Praise, and Destiny, and the brethren in Mission Center and the brethren in London, I'm saying to you, bye-bye for now. We love you, and please endure. Endure. Stop all these labeling people, whatever they are. Let them be. You can't change anybody. But endurance will enable you to wait to see the change you prayed for in people. And that change will come because the Lord will honor endurance anytime, any day. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for being with us on this program and watching, and we believe you learned something and the Lord bless you. Now it's time to connect with us on our social media platforms. We have a daily live stream on Facebook, Monday, all the way to Sunday, every day, about 10:30 a.m. UK time. And that's the same as Nigerian time. And it's either Apostle George, Monday to Friday to Thursday, Pastor Grace, Friday to Sunday, and then in the evening of Sunday we have two sessions from 5:30 to about 6, after 6, another one up to 7. So please join us on the live stream, and you're going to enjoy it. We also visit our website, www.gsom.ac, to download free ebooks. This course you just listened to, all these lessons, there's an ebook we have free of charge. Everything we do is free. But more importantly, you can actually do your program on, ebooks. You can do your program entirely on ebooks and with this video, or anyone you want. You can also, if you want to do the Yes course or do the master class, you can go to www.kingdomboostclub.com and you can subscribe so that you can do it. You can also subscribe to our channels, this YouTube, gsom.tv, and we also have a Telegram channel, GSOM Media. You can send us an email at akclive.tv@gmail.com. We love you dearly, and we want to partner with you to make sure that the body of Yeshua, Jesus, is empowered with truth. Remember, it is the teach, train, equip, activate, and release paradigm. Absolutely free of charge. Have a blessed day, and we'll see you again soon.